Some legends don't die. Some monsters never sleep. Welcome back, warriors of the night. If you thought the last chapter left your heart racing, you're not ready for what comes next. Luca and Isabella's story isn't over, and every secret, every betrayal, every shadow is about to explode. Please, hit that like button if you love action and suspense. Drop a comment. Who do you trust more, Luca or Isabella? And hit subscribe if you want to ride every twist of this story with us. You'll want to be here for every shadow, every secret, every pulse-pounding moment.
The arbor burned behind Luca like a dying sun. Smoke tore across the black sky.
Luca broke the surface, gasping. The water tasted of metal and fire. Every breath hurt. Every stroke burned. But Luca kept swimming. Luca should have drowned. It would have been easier. Instead, Luca crawled onto the rocks. Cold wind bit through soaked clothes. Luca pulled a silver medallion from his pocket, the Syndicate's mark. A snake eating its own tail.
Loyalty, Luca whispered.
A joke. By nightfall, Luca had a gun again. By morning, Luca had a list. Isabella woke to white lights and bandaged wrists. The world spun. Moretti's face appeared above her. Calm, smooth, dangerous. Easy, Bella, Moretti said. You're safe now.
Isabella's voice cracked.
Where's Luca?
Moretti smiled, polite and cold. Luca drowned. The Coast Guard found blood.
I'm sorry. Isabella turned away. Tears fell fast, but her heart refused to believe. Moretti's eyes were too calm, too certain. You lost your father, Moretti said softly. You lost Luca, but I can give you a future.
Isabella whispered, a future built on graves.
Moretti's hand tightened. The world always builds on graves. When Moretti left, Isabella stared at the wall until morning. He's alive, Isabella said. He has to be. 3 weeks passed. Luca moved through the city's shadows, silent, unseen. Bars, warehouse, docks. Luca listened, learned, waited. Whispers carried names.
Moretti S.Men.
One name repeated. Tomas Vieri. Luca waited outside Vieri's warehouse. When the man stepped out, Luca was already there, gun pressed against his chest. Where's Moretti? Luca asked. Vieri's voice shook. You're supposed to be dead. Try again, Luca said. Vieri broke. Upstate. His estate.
Guards everywhere.
The girl, Isabella, he's keeping her. Luca's jaw tightened.
Leverage only works if what you hold is alive.
Luca disappeared into the storm. Moretti's estate stood on a cliff above the sea. Beautiful. Trapped.
Isabella walked the garden.
Under guard, eyes always searching the horizon. At night, she whispered Luca's name to the waves. One evening, Moretti waited in her father's old study. Smoke. Silence. You remind me of him, Moretti said. Same stubborn fire. Same mistake. What mistake? Isabella asked. Caring for men beneath you. Isabella met his gaze. Men with honor. Moretti smiled. Honor is a story for the dead. He poured wine. She didn't drink. If Luca walked in now, what would you do? Moretti asked. Stand in front of him, Isabella said. Moretti laughed. I thought so. When he left, Isabella stared at her reflection. If Luca's alive, she whispered, I'll find him first. Midnight. Rain howled over the cliffs. Luca crouched near the estate walls, soaked, silent, alive. Salvatore's old map in his pocket showed a tunnel beneath the garden. Old devil, Luca muttered. One last favor. Gun loaded. Heart steady. Luca moved through the dark. 3 taps on the shutter. Isabella's breath caught. The window lifted.
Luca, Isabella whispered.
Quiet, Luca said. He stepped inside, dripping, bleeding, eyes sharp. You shouldn't have come, Isabella said. I had to, Luca said. They'll kill you, Isabella warned. They can try, Luca said. Guards shouted outside. Lights swept the walls. They know, Isabella gasped. Luca chambered around. Then it starts now. The hall erupted. Luca moved like smoke. Fast, silent, deadly. Isabella followed, pistol shaking in her hand. At the top of the stairs stood Moretti. Come. Smiling. Well, Moretti said. The dead man walks. You took everything, Luca said. I gave you purpose, Moretti hissed. They fired at once. Glass shattered. Wood splintered. One guard fell. Another ran. A bullet cut Isabella's arm. Luca tackled Moretti, slamming him into the railing. Why her?
Luca roared.
Because she was yours, Moretti spat. That made her mine. Isabella raised Luca's gun. Fired once. Moretti dropped. Blood spread across the marble. Rain poured through shattered windows. It's over, Isabella said. Luca shook his head. No, Isa. It never is. The storm was gone. The sea was calm again. Luca stood at the cliff's edge. Isabella stepped beside him. What now? Isabella asked. Now I pay the price, Luca said. For what? Isabella whispered. For what I became to save you. Then stay, Isabella said. Luca looked at her, eyes soft but hollow. If you touch me, I'll stay. And I can't. Not yet. Luca walked away as sunlight broke the clouds. Luca, Isabella called. Will I see you again? Luca stopped. If I'm lucky, no. Alone on the cliff, Isabella whispered to the sea. I still love you. The ocean didn't answer. It just kept moving. 6 months after the storm, the world forgot Luca. Luca didn't mind. Luca lived in a border town, where fog rolled through narrow streets like memories that refused to fade. Luca fixed boats.
Drank cold coffee.
Slept when guilt allowed. Locals called him Marco. Luca never corrected them. Some nights, Luca woke to the smell of burning salt, to gunfire and Isabella's voice in the rain. Every time, the sea outside whispered the same thing. Not yet. One morning, a letter waited at Luca's door. No name. No stamp. Just one line, in handwriting Luca knew too well. Love doesn't win in our world. It just lasts long enough to hurt. Luca's words.
Once spoken to Isabella in a basement full of rain.
Someone had remembered. Someone was close. The wind tore the page from Luca's hand. That night, Luca packed a bag and left. Isabella was Anna Rossi now. Quiet name. Quiet life. She restored old paintings in a coastal gallery. Hands steady. Heart learning how to be quiet again. Each crack she mended in the canvas felt like another scar inside her. Healing, but never gone. Sometimes, in the shine of varnish, Isabella saw her own reflection, the girl who once held a gun to save Luca. One evening, the gallery owner introduced a new patron. Tall man. Gray coat. Calm eyes. Mr. Rossi, the owner said. This is Mr. Sal. The name chilled Isabella before the handshake did. He smiled. Polite. You have your father's poise. Isabella froze. I'm sorry. Nothing, he said. Just admiring the work. When he left, the scent of cigars lingered, the ghost of Salvatore Russo. The letter led Luca north. Every rumor pointed to the same truth. The Syndicate had crawled back from the grave.
A new power ruled the shadows.
A man who called himself Sal. At first, Luca thought it was a story. Then Luca saw the docks outside Milan. Men loading crates stamped with the serpent emblem. The Syndicate's mark. Luca waited in the rain. When one worker stepped away for a smoke, Luca moved. Where's your boss? Luca asked quietly.
The broker. The man stammered.
Name's Sal. Salvatore Russo. Luca's pulse slowed. So the devil had crawled out of hell after all. Luca let the man live. For now. 2 weeks later, Isabella came home to a small package waiting on the table. Inside, a silver medallion. Polished clean.
The Syndicate S serpent shining again.
Beneath it, a note.
The past never dies, dear.
It simply changes hands. SR. Isabella ran to the balcony. Street below, empty. Only a car disappearing into the dark.
Salvatore was alive.
And if Salvatore lived, maybe Luca did too. Fear came first, then resolve. Isabella packed her bag and left before sunrise. The address led Luca to an abandoned chapel by the lake. Candles flickered. Wax dripped like tears.
Salvatore stood at the altar, calm, smiling.
You took your time, Salvatore said. You should have stayed dead, Luca replied, gun steady. Salvatore's grin sharpened. Dead men don't build empires. You built a graveyard. Every empire starts as one. He spread his hands. I did it for you both. You and Isabella. The Syndicate needed blood that could love, not just obey. Luca's jaw tightened. You used us.
He saved you, Salvatore said.
I made you gods in a world of cowards. The door creaked.
Isabella stepped inside.
Coat dripping. Eyes cold. Then what am I? Isabella asked. Salvatore's smile softened. My heir. Isabella's voice shook. You planned this.
Even your death.
Of course, Salvatore said. It was the only way to free you both. You call that mercy?
Luca hissed.
Salvatore nodded toward her. Tell him, child. You came back because part of you understands. Isabella raised her gun. No. I came back to end it. Salvatore's smile didn't fade. If you kill me, you inherit everything.
The Syndicate.
The debts. The crown. You'll be queen, whether you want to or not.
Isabella's hand trembled. Luca stepped forward.
I say don't. He has to pay, Isabella said. So do we.
Luca whispered.
For a heartbeat, no one breathed. Then Salvatore moved, knife flashing from his sleeve. Silence. Smoke. Salvatore lay still, eyes open to nothing. Isabella stood over him, gun slipping from her fingers. It's over, she whispered. Luca caught her before she fell. Her body shook, from shock, from grief, from everything left unsaid. He was right, Isabella said.
It never ends.
Luca looked at the dying man. Then we'll end it ourselves. Luca grabbed the lighter from Salvatore's coat. Flames caught the curtains, the pews, the years of sins. The chapel burned. Luca and Isabella walked into the storm, shadows against the light. Newspaper reports a fire at abandoned chapel. No bodies found. Weeks later, in a quiet coastal town, Isabella restored old paintings again. Sometimes Luca helped carry supplies. They didn't talk about the past. They didn't have to. At night, the air smelled of salt and rain. From her balcony, Isabella saw a lone figure on the cliffs, still, silent, watching the sea. Maybe Luca. Maybe memory wearing his shape. Either way, Isabella smiled. Soft, sad, unafraid. Because ghosts can love too. Luca walked alone. Hands in pockets. Morning cold biting through the coat. Weeks since the chapel fire, yet smoke still clung to memory.
Salvatore vanished into ash.
The ghosts didn't. Every step sounded hollow. Every passerby moved like life had continued without him. Luca tried to be quiet, tried to forget. But silence screamed louder than gunfire. A letter slid under the door. Everything that lives in shadow will rise again. No name. No doubt. Luca packed his bag, checked the pistol, and left before sunrise.
Isabella lived like a whisper.
Restoring old frescoes, tracing cracks with gentle fingers. Salt air drifted through open windows. She told herself she was free, but eyes watched from somewhere unseen. That night, Isabella opened a drawer. The silver medallion lay there, clean, cold, waiting. Beneath it, a note. You can't hide from what belongs to you. Different handwriting. Someone had survived Salvatore. Isabella locked the door. Loaded the small pistol she kept for nightmares.
Whispered into the dark.
Luca. If you're alive, come find me. Luca followed whispers, coded messages, shipments, Syndicate ghosts moving through Europe. Every lead died in silence. Until the dock. 3 men. Crates marked with the serpent emblem.
Luca stepped from the shadows.
You should have stayed dead, Luca said. Guns lifted. When it ended, 2 men down, 1 gone. Inside the crates, documents, ledgers, maps of old crimes. Proof that someone had taken Salvatore's throne. Isabella waited where the sea met fog. Footsteps behind her. Slow. Familiar. She turned, pistol raised.
Luca.
Alive. Rain clinging to his coat. Eyes dark and quiet. You followed me, she said. I never left, Luca answered. She lowered the gun slightly. Someone rebuilt the Syndicate. Luca nodded once. Then we burn it all. Huge space.
Crates tectai.
Air heavy with oil and dust. A voice broke the dark. You're late. Not Salvatore, but his shadow. A hooded figure stepped. Forward. Silver medallion flashing. I've been waiting, the figure said. You destroyed him, but not his dream. The empire rises through your love, or falls because of it. Who are you? Luca asked. A soft laugh. The broker's heir. Your reckoning. Then movement. Steel. Fire. Luca and Isabella fought like one.
Fast. Silent. Desperate.
Bodies fell. Sparks flew. At the center, the air waited, calm amid chaos. You think you can burn the kingdom, the figure said. It's built on your choices. Isabella raised her pistol. Then we make the last one. Luca's voice low, steady. Together. They lit the fuse. Not bombs, but truth. Ledgers. Documents. Names. Secrets exposed. The Empire's own blood turned against it. The air fell. Flames raced up the walls. Luca grabbed Isabella's hand. They ran as the kingdom burned. Dawn. Ash scattered across the docks. Smoke thinned into morning. Luca and Isabella stood outside. Soaked, breathing hard. No joy. Just quiet survival. Is it over? Isabella asked. Luca shook his head. It's never over. But we're still here. She took his hand. We burned the kingdom. He smiled faintly. And we're still standing. Wind carried the last smoke toward the sea. Ghosts still lingered, but for the first time, they walked beside them, not behind. This is the Black Ledger.